Hey, welcome to another video. So today is all about the red Getz. So here it is. So the main plan with this car was to put a turbo on it and just have a just a fast daily. That got out of hand. I got along with a few people and they helped me out with parts and all that. But then they all backed out at the end when they saw that the motors like to crack open in half. The blocks usually like to crack when you put a lot of boost in them or whatever. At least that's what my tuner was talking about. So we pulled out of that, and then now I'm deciding I don't know what to do with it anymore. The first plan that I wanted to do, because I blew the motor in it, is put a new motor in, which is in the bad motor is right here. Sorry about the mess in the garage. This is the bad motor here. So the issue with it is, as you can see, spark plug's in there, it's in there, it's in there, it's not in there. So the issue I've had is when I bought these spark plugs, I must have picked up the wrong spark plug from the company or whatever. And then when I put the spark plug in, it must have been slightly longer, the thread, whatever you call it, like the thread that goes in the motor that's on top of the piston must have been slightly longer. So so one of the pistons hit that like at high revs. I think it was on a Friday night going to Munchies or whatever, a car meet in Brisbane, and it hit it, and then it literally broke. It like squashed the thread and everything, and yeah, so I took the motor out. It's right here. I do have to still take parts off it to put onto the replacement motor, which is right here. It's in. But then recently I was like, I want to do some racing in this thing, because I do know there's something called Nugget racing. Like it's like little hatchbacks and things like that, like cars that don't make a lot of power, where they can race and have fun. So I wanted to join that, and I thought, well, let's put this back together. Let's strip the entire interior out. It's quite dirty inside. I'll get the keys for it. But I thought it would be really cool if we took this thing racing, and it wouldn't be the first time, but this is like, I think it's going to be like amateur racing or whatever. And like most of the interior is already apart, like as you can see, like most of the interior is already apart. So there's a little bit more to go. Remove the carpet, put better seats in it, and I'm probably going to take the dash out so I can like take some of the wiring and whatever that's in there that we don't need. Take the roof off, and I think you don't need to race with a roll cage in this type of racing, because the cars don't go that fast. Like they won't reach speeds of over 180, especially in the straights. So they don't mind if you come with no roll cage. So we might go with no roll cage. I'm not too sure yet, but then to be safe, you'd like a roll cage in case you lose control and you end up like running into a wall or something. So that would definitely help. But yeah, so now what I'm gonna do is I was just gonna put this motor back in with the same clutch and just go like that. But then since I decided to go racing in it, what I'm gonna do is get the motor back out by clutch, and while I'm waiting for that to arrive and all that, I'll be working on cleaning the inside up, because as you can see, like there's tires everywhere that I've done burnouts in and things like that. So that has to be all cleaned up. Remove the welder in there, out of there. Remove the rear seats. Oh, they're already gone. Sweet. So half of the job is already done, I'll be honest. Remove all this junk that's in here. That was from the old setup that I had in there, and I guess we'll just start stripping the inside when we get the motor out. The first thing would be to get the motor out, which is, well, I just have to remove the excuse me, I just have to remove the gearbox and bolt it, and that should be it. There's currently a jack holding it up on the gearbox right there. So after that, while we're waiting for the clutch and all that to arrive, because that will take it, they said, I've already ordered it and that'll take, I think they said 3 months or something like that to arrive. A heavy duty clutch, it didn't cost that much, like $400 or something like that. But it's like, it's made for this car, it's custom made, because I couldn't find, I think Getz makes, if that's how you say their name, they make good clutches, but they don't make one for this that's heavy duty, like to go racing in it, because it'll get hot. So that's the plan. I remove the gearbox from the motor, and most of the bolts are like already loose because I never tightened everything, because I was having thoughts and I was thinking about, you know, what I wanted to do with the car and all that. But yeah, so now it's time to remove the gearbox from the motor. So the motor's out, it's right here. It wasn't too hard. The only issue I've had is trying to get the gearbox like out, because I don't have proper stuff just here yet. But you can make things work. And the weird thing is, this motor here, I bashed this a bit, don't worry about that. This sump is a lot different to the one that came out of the motor. Like, you have a look, like this one, it's just a little unit, like it's got, that's where it ends if you have a look, and the other one's not even made from metal. So, and it's got this is what it's got all this stuff here. So I guess that's why you have that little metal thing that I told you guys I just bashed before, because I was finding it really hard to get out. But I can hammer that straight enough. Hammer does it just about anything. So I'll be able to fix that up. Yeah, so it's out. It wasn't too difficult at all. The only issue, like I said, I've had is making sure the gearbox doesn't drop on the ground so I don't damage things inside of it. Because well, I do have spare gearboxes, but I just don't want to use them. I don't want to break this. So yeah, it's out. I might keep. So what I'm thinking to do is get the AC out of the. Sorry, let me put you guys right here so you can see what I'm up to. Yeah, this is literally getting stuck somewhere. So. That was the gearbox. Alright, so what I'm thinking is I've already removed the AC. So when I first removed the motor, the bad motor, I kept the AC in, and I was like, well, just put the motor back in. And then at that time I didn't have plans, right? But then I had to remove it because I wanted to run without AC. So all these lines and everything have to go, or I can keep it. Not really bothered, I guess. It's just we're trying to, if you want to go fast, I guess what you're gonna have to do is make some weight reductions, and that would be one of them. And if you watched my last video, I was talking about how this goes on top of the subframe, the exhaust system. So, and you can see it comes out right there. That's what I was talking about if you watched my last video. So it's really weird. But yeah, that being said, so I'll probably end this video here, and in the next video you'll probably see is me taking apart the interior, like the things that I don't need. I do know, like, you don't need door cards and all that. I'll still get the mirrors working, the windows I should say working. So that'll be probably the next video, because if you want to try and go fast, you're gonna have to, like, especially in a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, what you're gonna have to do is like get rid of as much stuff as you don't need. Like, it's not necessary. So the roof lining's got to go, like, and I'm hoping I can do a roll cage. I do know they're expensive and it's not really worth it, but they may have even changed the policies ever since I looked up the specs, like what you need. Like I don't know if they changed that, but if they did and you need a roll cage now, I'm gonna have to call one of my buddies, and he knows how to do roll cages, so he's gonna help me out with that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. I know it's not much, but we'll hopefully see this thing running very shortly. Well, if the clutch does come in quicker, then I guess we'll be doing that. But if it doesn't, then it's going to be 3 months until it's running. Or what we can do is, if we want to, we can put that clutch back in. We can just, like, then there was no reason for me to remove the motor at all, right? But I guess we'll just have to wait or whatever. We'll see if I can even get another clutch, and I'll just put that on the motor and put it in, and we'll wait 3 months for it, and we'll take it to the track or something and see what it runs as it is before we do the weight reduction. I know it's not going to be much, but we're going to be taking, like, I'm going to say 100 kilos off it. So like, that's what I think. Like, it's going to have to be like 100 kilos. Like, it can't be any less, because all the stuff in it. And if we get rid of the sound deadening stuff, that should do a lot more. If you guys know much about that, let me know. But I think if you get rid of the sound deadening stuff, that will help a lot as well. And it's gonna need suspension. I still have the stock suspension, so it's gonna go. There's a lightweight flywheel we might chuck on. So as you can see, most of the interior is already apart. So this is the sound deadening stuff, I believe, all that stuff, and you can't get that off. You can get them off with with dry ice, I believe. With dry ice, you can scrape it off an hour later or something like that. I have to look into that. Maybe one of my buddies can help me do that, or I can do it myself. I have no even idea where to get that from. So, and maybe I'm just going a bit too far with the dry ice just yet. So yeah, anyway, this is going to be the end of the video here. So thank you so much for watching it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did like it, please leave a like, and if you want to see more, please consider subscribing. Thank you.